in the ghetto, where the morning sky and the blue streaks lies in the ghetto, in the ghetto. Soldiers cry in the blue streets lie in the ghetto, in the ghetto, in the ghetto. In the ghetto, where the soldiers cry and the blue streets lie. In the ghetto, in the ghetto, where the soldiers lie and the blue streets cry. In the ghetto, how y'all doing? In the ghetto. Trump said that this is a fat person late night snack. We finna see. Do anybody know what a fat person late night snack is? This is what Trump said a fat person's late night snack is. Can I get an amen? Can I get a witness? Can I get y'all to come on in and push that like button? Yes, it's that time of the hour, that time of the day where a man with a plan is here to talk to y'all and discuss the business of life and everything inside of it. Are you ready? You know I'm the actor, the cameraman, and the star of my show. And I ask for everybody to come in, respectfully push that like button. We finna eat some good old steak and potatoes. Some steak and potatoes. Can you come on in and can you come on in and push that like button and be my friend? Be my friend. I want you to be my friend. Can you be my friend? Push that like button. I want you to be my friend. Can't you be my friend?
As a kind of an understatement, except one may add, of course, intervention to support or to initiate.
To be my friend. Come on in and be my friend. I want you to be my friend. Hey, come on in. Welcome to the Snagger Puss. This is 52 48. This is the 5248 show. Push that like button. Don't that add up to 100? 5248. So I'm off just a little bit. Alright. I want you to come on in and be my friend. You want to know how a serial killer act? You want to know how a serial killer is a normal person? Yeah. I want you to be my friend to the end. Yeah. How y'all doing? Are y'all blessed? Highly favored? Not stressed? Oh my God. You're gonna need a lot of salt for this. I want you to be. I need you to be my friend. I'm gonna say this salt so when I get up under here, all the good pieces gonna come out. Okay. We're gonna start this day off. Right. Do anybody know what's going on in the world right now? We're gonna start off the first story today. We're gonna talk about this unheard of Grammy winning, multi Grammy winning artist that is a suspect in a murder case right now. At first, when I first heard the story breaking news, I thought it was Lil Nas X. I'm like, damn, Lil Nas X just went to jail for walking down the street butt naked. Now this nigga they done found a body in this nigga car. Because the news came on like this. Breaking news. A body has just been found in a award-winning pop singer. Then it came out later on that afternoon. They announced who the singer was. His name is David. Now that's fucked up because my little brother's name is David. And I was like, I know damn well my brother ain't singing. I ain't even know that nigga could sing. But it wasn't him. I had to double check and call that nigga. Hey man, you ain't no singer that I don't know about. That ain't nobody ever heard about. He like, no man. I said, I think this nigga a serial killer. And when I said that, I really was having this intuition. When they found the body in his car, that man, whoever this Grammy winning artist is, it's either this is a publicity stunt for his next coming out album, or this is a real life serial killer, multi Grammy winning artist. His name is David. Before this story, nobody's ever heard of him, not in the black world. I asked 5 black people, man, you ever heard of that artist named David? They were like, hell no. I'm talking about, and when you listen to his music, they say he blew up on TikTok. The shit sound like some rave, rock and roll. I'm eating acid, popping pills, drinking alcohol, smoking weed, snorting cocaine, and smoking crack, all at the same time. It's like some, I don't know how to describe it, some rock and roll, some of that hard rock shit. Heavy metal, that's what they call it. So since I done said it, the story get twisted because a couple of days later, the news came back on, and they said that the body that was found in the trunk of the award-winning car has been identified. Come to find out, it was a missing 14-year-old girl that had been missing for a whole year. Now, I believe when I heard all the details of the story, that the little girl done ran away, went back home, ran away. The only way a little Mexican black girl would ever run from the house and leave and run away again, if there was a little black boy somewhere in the mix putting dick on her. You know what I mean? Had to be a black boy. Black dick make women run out their mama house, leave, go back, come back and leave again. You know what I'm talking about? Don't nobody know what I'm talking about. Well, anyway, the little girl was 14. Too young to be out here in these streets dealing with nobody. But this boy was 20 years old. So if he have anything to do with this, it's gonna be all bad for him when he gets to prison. They gonna fuck him up. They gonna fuck him up. But it's a twist in this case. And And ain't nobody saying nothing about it yet. But TMZ is on it. We finna watch TMZ and see what TMZ got to say about this case.
That first bump on the side of our coming back, we're Miami. I went back home. I woke my wife up and I said, "Babe, we gotta take all of our money and we gotta dump it." I swear to God, my life, I said that. Because, you know what? We should have. It's so rich. It would have been rough, but then I would have multiple times of saying, "I told you so." She would also have, "I told you so." Yeah. Bitcoin really is the best thing for a relationship. Today's sponsor is Kraken, your go-to for everything investing across crypto and stocks. You can set up recurring buys if you want to invest regularly without having to think about it. You can earn passive rewards just for holding certain crypto in your portfolio. It's simple, it's secure, and it's fast. And they don't just give you the basics. Kraken lets you buy, sell, and swap over 350 different cryptocurrencies. Start trading with the best in the game. Let's get it.
Get Kraken. Kraken.
I shouldn't disbelieve that I've never heard of it before. Honors, Sir McLaughlin.
I can't believe I let them push that whole commercial down my throat.
Welcome to TMZ Live. A huge development in the case involving singer David and the body found in his Tesla. Police have executed a search warrant searching the house he was apparently staying at and walking out with what may well be evidence.
Right. If there was any doubt, we've been telling you about this case for a week now. And even though David had remained on tour, that is now upended. He had to cancel his show that was scheduled for last night. And as Harvey said, now the police are clearly looking at him just to get more information. They have not named him a suspect. They have not even named him a person of interest.
But getting a search warrant,
yes.
You need to show a judge that there is probable cause to believe that a crime was committed. And the crime that's being investigated right now is homicide. And that's how the LAPD ended up at this doorstep. It is a house rented by his manager. But our staff, if you can just kind of pan around here, our whole staff here in this circle, they've been working on this all day yesterday and today. We got a lot of information.
Could not have been very difficult to get a search warrant. I mean, talk about probable cause. Remember, the victim, Celeste Rivas, was found, her body dismembered, and it was found in the car registered to David that we know is his car. Not only is it registered to him, we have our photos of him in the car. We've spoken to people in the neighborhood. They've seen the car parked at this house.
But the real question is there a connection between David and the victim?
From all of the evidence we have seen, it seems like yes. Because the house that you mentioned that was rented by his manager, we know, and we've seen photos of David inside of that house. Specifically, there's a photo of David sitting at a piano. We looked at the photos on Zillow of this same house that was raided yesterday, and it's the same living room that was raided that he was pictured in.
So also, we got a picture of David in Lake Elsinore, which is in Riverside County. It's about 70 miles from downtown Los Angeles.
That's where he met the girl at.
From where he was living.
And where Celeste is from.
It's a 5-minute walk from
This
where
parking
Celeste
lot, the
found
photo where he's staying in this parking lot is 5 minutes from her home.
Right. So we got that. And then there are songs.
Well, there's a song in particular, Celeste, that was released. It was an unreleased song that leaked on the internet in 2023. Obviously, her name. And then there's been just a ton of different photos that look like him with a girl that looks like Celeste.
Right. By the way, here's a little bit of the song, Celeste, that unreleased song that you're talking about.
Celeste, the girl with my name tattooed on her chest. I'm upset. Celeste, afraid you only love me when I'm dead.
So, we should explain how this, I think, came about. is that
He made a he knew he was gonna go to jail. He made a song about the girl, the only woman that touched me when I'm undressed.
Unidentified body. There were body parts, so they didn't know who it was. They did put out.
He cut the girl up when he found out how old she was. How old are you? 14.
Right index
Oh
finger
my God.
that had the words shh and SHHH with 3 dots or 4 dots. And that's all they really released. We got a tip that it could be Celeste, but didn't know anything more. We found Celeste's mother, and we spoke to her, and Anakin, she only spoke Spanish. So you should explain what she says.
Yeah, well, she was basically talking about how one of the identifying features of Celeste was a tattoo on her finger, which she specified to us, which we then transferred over to that information to LAPD, that the tattoo was red.
But I had said shh, but added it was red, which the cops never put out.
Right,
and also,
and I think even more importantly, was that she mentioned that Celeste, at least she was under the impression that Celeste was dating a guy called David, and that she had hung out with him several times before, and that was the last time she saw him.
so we called the LAPD Homicide Division, and we gave them the information, told them about the mother, gave the phone number of the mother, and mentioned that the mother said that there was this tattoo on her right index finger, and added that she said it was red. And, you know, we just got back a thank you very much. And
we want to mention that David also had the tattoo on his finger.
And he also has the same tattoo.
And it's not an uncommon tattoo.
It's not. I mean, Rihanna started it years ago, and then Sheeran Lloyd also got it, Lindsay Lohan also got it, but it's not also very cool.
So we should talk about
Exactly.
And we should talk about what the police are clearly looking for at this house. Because we now know from everything that we've learned from talking to people connected to this, that clearly there was some relationship between David and Celeste. What they haven't done yet, what we haven't been able to do, and clearly the police are trying to do, is to place her at the house.
Right.
Whether she,
and find evidence of what happened to her, right? Like,
and then to find out.
I mean, who else was? Because I was told by a neighbor that there was a lot of people going in and out of this house.
Right.
He obviously had friends of his that were living there. So doesn't necessarily mean it was David. Was it maybe someone else that was frequenting the house? We don't know.
And we should say David has been out of town for a lot. His tour started in August.
Early August, but the body also was very decomposed. So we don't know exactly what she got.
The car was towed on September 5th. So.
8th was when I think they discovered the.
Oh, when they discovered it.
Yeah, and it was
towed on the 3rd. It was if they discovered it.
It was sitting on a street near that house. And so we know, look, Teslas have cameras. And we know that the LAPD, at least we're under the understanding, that they are subpoenaing the video from those cameras because, and I don't know the answer to this, whether that kind of Tesla has a camera that would show somebody trying to go in the trunk. If they do, then presumably they're going to see who put that bag with the body
can't
part.
have that information yet, right? Because if LAPD had that information, they would have arrested someone.
Maybe, maybe not. It depends on who put it in, right?
Well, whoever the person is, I mean, I guess if they can't find the person.
But they still have to prove that person committed the crime.
Push that like
You
button.
would at least name that person as a person of interest, right?
Unless they don't want to mention it, because sometimes the cops have a person of interest, but they don't want to mention it because they're investigating. And that happens all the time with LAPD. And based on, I don't know about you guys, but the reaction, in fact, I know you guys haven't been that reaction to the LAPD. They have just been closed down in terms of giving any information. So it's not like they're saying, oh yeah, here's what we got. They have done the exact opposite. They're saying literally nothing. Because we made a bunch of calls. They said nothing. So I think this is a case where they probably know way more than we do at this point, but they're just not saying. But it seems they're interested in David.
Mark, Los Angeles, man, when the story first unfolded, I was thinking, man, ain't no way, because the Tesla's registered in his name, so I'm thinking there must be some kind of, setup or whatnot. But as more info comes out, I'm like, it's not looking good for David. It's not looking good for this man.
Again, we don't know. I want to say one other thing, that this may mean nothing, but it's just weird. There is an unreleased song that he recorded called Romantic Homicide.
No, that one came out.
Oh, I'm sorry. It came out on Celeste's birthday.
There was 2 songs that came out on her birthday. I mean, if this is a coincidence, there's a lot of coincidences
It's a very
here.
eerie coincidence, if
Yes.
that's all it is. It is a new day in America. A day where it feels like more than ever, free speech and the First Amendment, R.I.P. Some people are saying R.I.P. To the First Amendment after Jimmy Kimmel was officially suspended, but suspended indefinitely by ABC.
Be right back.
It is a new day in America. A day where it feels like more than ever, free speech and the First Amendment, R.I.P. Some people are saying R.I.P. To the First Amendment after Jimmy Kimmel was officially suspended, but suspended indefinitely by ABC in reaction to some comments he made on his show the other night.
You probably heard a lot about this. We're going to show you Donald Trump's reaction to all of what happened, but just to refresh your memory, because it's important in the context of what Trump said, here's what Jimmy Kimmel said.
We had some new lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them and doing everything they can to score political points from it. In between the finger pointing, there was grieving. On Friday, the White House flew the flags at half-staff, which got some criticism. But on a human level, you can see how hard the president is taking this.
My condolences on the loss of your friend Charlie Kirk. May I ask, sir, personally, how are you holding up for the last day and a half, sir?
I think very good. And by the way, right there, you see all the trucks. They just started construction of the new ballroom for the White House, which is something they've been trying to get, as you know, for about 150 years. And it's going to be a beauty.
Yes. He's at the 4th stage of grief, construction.
So that's what he said.
That's what he said.
So several of the station groups said we're taking him off the air. But then ABC had the option of keeping it going with fewer stations.
Right.
The FCC comes out and says basically either you cancel that show or we're going after you. And they decided hours later we're canceling the show indefinitely.
Right. So now President Trump reacting to this because it has obviously been very, very big news. And before, I believe this is before he left London.
Right.
This is what he had to say about Jimmy Kimmel's suspension.
Well, Jimmy Kimmel was fired because he had bad ratings more than anything else. And he said a horrible thing about a great gentleman known as Charlie Kirk. And Jimmy Kimmel is not a talented person. He had very bad ratings, and they should have fired him a long time ago. So, you can call that free speech or not. He was fired for lack of talent.
Except the FCC threatened.
He was fired for lack of talent. He was.
Lemon Balm by Vimergy.
But that wasn't even funny.
Absorbing concentrate.
I could have did a better sketch than that. Way funnier.
So you stay calm. Vimergy, we can save ourselves.
That's what he get.
Any pizza, any toppings,
Messing
just
with my
$9.99
president.
online.
Now they ought to give me his
That's
show.
still a price back.
And I can handle the late night by myself.
Don't raise your voice to prove your rights. Focus your mind.
In the name of Donald Trump.
There are irrefutable facts you can find. Because conviction is the calm that comes when you know when you really.
Anybody know Donald Trump? Tell him his supporter, Mr. Snagglepuss, asked him to go get me that show. Put me on late night.
On Alibaba.com, purchase electronic components.
Some people say, man, you better be careful what you ask for. Donald Trump might hear that message and really give you that job. And I would take it. So weird. I'll be in Hollywood.
Icon has the tools pros trust. From wrenches and ratchets to storage solutions, diagnostic tools, and more. So your shop stays equipped with state-of-the-art tools built to tackle tough jobs. Each hand tool is
Well, I can see me getting a late night show, and I have a comedy show at the comedy store every week.
Harbor Freight today and take on
I make
any
it to the big
challenge
time.
with confidence. Icon, tool truck quality, unbeatable value. Only at Harbor Freight.
have to give me a high rise
And you
somewhere in
say,
Hollywood.
right, that's the part he left out, and that is the critical part that makes this, that's where it becomes a First Amendment issue, that you have the government, a government body, threatening broadcasters because of something that Jimmy Kimmel said. So, where do we go from here? Joining us right now, a guy who has performed at Jimmy Kimmel's comedy clubs, one of my...
Oh, hell no.
Please,
This nigga ain't no damn comedian.
We're not talking about anything funny today.
Damn sure ain't funny. Dope thing that nigga.
Welcome back to TMZ Live.
Nigga smoke more dope than dope alive.
Hard to say goodbye to yesterday, and I'll take with me the memory of free speech through all the day.
I mean,
come on, sing it with me.
in all seriousness, is this the turning point?
I just want to say, Donald Trump, no, can't say that. I just want to say, Trump, no, can't say that. I can't say anything.
Right.
You can't say anything.
Democratic ass nigga.
Holding certain people accountable for the things that they say. Holding your preacher accountable for the things that they say. Holding your accountant responsible for the things that they say. But for
We need to hold you accountable for the things you done said.
to make light of possibly some of the most difficult things in life, to hold them accountable to a point where you let them go. It's crazy. And at the end of the day, nobody knows where it's going to stop, man.
So can I ask you, Charles and I have been talking about this for hours now. I have a theory on this. I think the left started this with cancel culture. And they bullied people into
See how white people is?
canceled. They were doing this at universities where they
Start
were
the conversation.
and the government never said
Spin the
"Do
race
that,"
card
and they allowed
on
it
the
to
nigga.
happen.
Now,
And now
I
the
think
power shifts to the right, and Donald Trump puts that on steroids and does it right back. And that's the way this is feeling to me.
But it's interesting, when you open your sentence, what you said, even though we're talking about comedy, you made it a political statement. So there's going to be people that's going to judge you just for
I know,
yourself.
you're right. I get it.
The minute you mention it like that, it becomes political.
It is.
It's unfortunate, but it's just a game of, like, this is like we're adults, man, mature people. It's like the country is a tick for tack. Nah, you said this, we're gonna get you back. Right. You said about that, and it's sad. My good friend, and I'm gonna say his name. People are always now he's name dropping, but it's not name dropping. It's your friend, Dave Chappelle. He's met headlines with your show many times before. He said,
Donnell been trying to kiss Dave Chappelle's ass throughout his whole career.
And our job is so important to I would consider some people's mental health, how they look at life, and when things are trouble, the most who you look for, you want to listen to or make you feel better. I got a phrase I always use, and it's cost me some gigs, and then in the situation with Jimmy Kimmel, I say a joke could be too soon, but it's never could be too soon for a funny observation. And what Jimmy did, he didn't even tell a joke. He set up to a fact. He tossed to something factual that the president of the United States said. Right when you're talking about something serious. Yeah, that's why I've heard Don Lemon was talking about it. He was like, I'm scouring the internet. Where is the joke?
Right. No, it
And
wasn't.
the joke didn't come from Jimmy. The joke came from.
It was a factual observation.
Exactly.
So Donnell, I heard what Harvey said, and this is the argument that we've been having, and I get his point about, in fact, I'm thinking back, Donnell, we probably had you on several years ago talking about that cancel culture, that it was affecting comedy, and that people felt like you couldn't make jokes. And there was cancel culture that was coming from the left that felt like that joke was mean or whatever it was. But that's just society talking, right? That's just me offering my opinion and a mob offering their opinion that this is too far. The difference here, to me, and this is why we are now attacking democracy, is that the government is saying, you can't say that, Mr. Comedian. That's too far. That's mean. That joke is too soon.
And we'll shut you down.
And we'll shut you down. And that, to me, is a completely different thing.
No, you can't say that on public television.
But then you say that, Charles, but then you ask yourself, honestly, what is the answer to it? You know what I mean?
The answer is for the government to stay out of it.
Why is the government so involved with now? Is it because of our quote-unquote leader now? Why are they so invested, and especially with something particular to this? I'm afraid to say, I got a show at the Ontario Improv this weekend, right?
This nigga trying to promote his comedy show.
I don't even want to say, Charlie Murray! Thinking they be like, oh my God, did you hear what Dr. said about Trump? Cancel the show, we're walking out of here. Nobody knows what the next step is going to be. And we thought years ago cancel culture had somewhat faded. And I contribute a lot of that to Dave Chappelle standing his ground where he broke. And a lot of things back there, but now it's just like the cycle is coming back. And I don't have an answer, and I'm wondering when it's going to stop.
Well, so I got a question. So what Charles is saying is, I agree with him. The government's taking affirmative action by making threats. But in the case of cancel culture on the left, this was happening in the universities that were getting federal money. And the government had stepped in and said, don't do it. And they didn't. So, you know, the government has been involved in various ways on both sides. Or not involved. Or not involved. And my feeling about it is, I don't think people are into democracy, really. That when you drill down, people like speech as long as they agree with the speech. But when they don't agree with the speech, they're okay with coming down on it and suppressing it. And I hate that.
It comes down to your point. It's what serves you.
Yeah.
You know, like, you know, some people want to think that Charlie's passing is a result of him feeling of the words that he said, you know. And with Jimmy Kimmel, people think that he got fired because of the words he said. You do have freedom of speech, but there's always going to be some consequences. It might be unfair consequences. There's always going to be some consequences of what you say.
We always say that's the other half of free speech, that there are going to be consequences, but the consequences shouldn't come from the government. If the public decides that they don't like what you say, that's the way America should work. That's democracy. But it ain't working that way. That's not where we are.
Oh, I got an idea. I'll meet you at the studio. We all go down to Capitol Hill and let's protest. Come on, let's do it.
Yeah, that's going to make huge difference. They are shaking in their boots right now.
January? You want to get together?
Yeah, let's do it. I can't wait. I can't wait to do it, man. I'm just so happy.
Three Musketeers.
I'm so happy that I got to talk to you guys and I'm not getting in any trouble. So it is.
Yeah, what trouble did you get in here?
Well, listen. Good luck at the Improv in Ontario this weekend. Be careful what you say.
Ontario Improv, Friday, Saturday, Sunday this week.
Hey, Donnell, it's so good talking to you.
It's always a pleasure talking to you guys. Have a good night.
We'll see.
Donnell. While Cardi B is celebrating her pregnancy with her boyfriend Stefan Diggs,
fourth kid,
yeah, she is also thinking about her previous father of her children. Here's what Cardi had to say on CBS Mornings about her relationship with Offset going forward.
I just wish he was a better person.
Be right back.
TMZ's got every freaking thing. Big celebs, big stars, big events. Phoebe Rexa was looking hot on vacation.
Look at the water. Did you even say look at the water?
I mean, I'll be honest, that is what I was looking at. While Cardi B is celebrating her pregnancy and
somebody told me Cardi B had herpes. How she keep having all these babies by all these dudes?
Her previous father of her children.
To be fair,
her ex, her estranged husband.
we don't know how much she was thinking of it.
All these celebrities gotta have herpes, I guess, huh?
So you don't. She's definitely thinking about Offset. Oh, come on.
Well, the good news is she did not throw a pen at Gail King.
No, because when Gail talked to her about the pregnancy, but here's what Cardi had to say on CBS Mornings about her relationship with Offset going forward.
I just wish he was a better person. But it is what it is.
But
Be
now
a better person for your kids.
you have the 3 children to raise with him. Do you think you all will be able to co-parent? Is that something you think about?
Oh, Offset's gonna go to jail.
Nah. I don't really have hate in my heart anymore. I think he has like some type of hate in his heart right now. And I don't know how long that's gonna take. Cause somebody could say it out their mouth, but the action is not. I don't know how long that's gonna take for
She got a full-blown lace front wig on.
I'm confused. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but
Sounds like
My
they're not
recollection
talking
is,
right now.
no, it does, but it's, my recollection is Offset wasn't saying anything publicly about her.
Trashing her.
But she was
scared. This is a big win.
But
This is a big step.
But do you see what she's saying? She's saying, I don't have hate in my heart for him, but he does for me.
Well, no, not necessarily.
She said that.
I think
She said that.
Well, I think she's walking back what she had said previously. Because remember, she wanted him to die. She wanted him to cry.
That's what I'm saying.
And right, she's saying she does, so she's over that. But clearly something's happening behind the scenes. It sounds like
She's saying he's
saying
hating
Her publicly, Offset just
I wonder if it's about Stephon Diggs.
what did
Offset just told us he's down for her album. He's happy to support.
I know, I remember that.
Yeah, so
Right, we had actually gotten Offset.
But she's saying,
and he said that he was actually promoting her album. So
even though
he didn't sound like he had hate for her.
No. I think it's really the nasty divorce. You know, the divorce proceedings aren't going as planned.
but you know the weird thing about this is she said that we haven't talked about co-parenting. That's weird because they've been separated now for a long time, right? And how would they not talk about co-parenting at this point? And then she said he's not a good. Basically, I wish he was a better person. That gets in the way of the co-parenting thing.
It sounds like he doesn't even know the youngest daughter either. Blossom.
So you think he's just not seeing the kids?
Correct.
He's
on tour himself, so you know he's a busy man. He just released the album. You know he's all over the country, so he's definitely not in her normal wheelhouse.
So maybe that's it. That he's literally not seeing.
He's not going to be at the baby shower.
Oh, he is not. And it's interesting because they aired the other part yesterday, where it's almost like she said it just kind of happened. She said with Stefan that she said maybe we just had too much fun. So that's
how baby making happens.
No, I know, but it wasn't. In other words, not planned. Not right.
Hot girl summer.
Not planned.
Nakia from Los Angeles. Listen, I'm excited for Cardi. Cardi has been through a lot. She's been criticized when it comes to her marriage and by Offset because he was very popular on criticizing her, but she's been criticized on the music and her love. But I think this is the happiest that we've seen Cardi in a while. I think she's hungry. I think she's excited for her new music, her new tour, her new love, and her new baby. So I definitely am standing behind Cardi B.
Man, this next album Cardi B finna come out with in a flop.
But I think the audience
Ain't nobody gonna like it.
Offset put on a good. When we got him last week, he certainly.
Without Offset being the producer of her music, it ain't gonna work.
Oh, you gotta love a good celebrity beat. This is intense. It's talking about Steph Curry, Killer Mike, has to do with Steph Curry's wife, Ayesha.
Be right back.
Welcome back to TMZ Live. Oh, you gotta love a good celebrity beat. This is intense. It's talking about Steph Curry, NBA superstar, Killer Mike, one of our favorites. I love Killer Mike.
Yep.
Grammy-winning rapper, incredible MC. Well, you are beefing.
You know how to oversell, don't you?
Oh, that's funny coming from you.
Okay.
Yes, but they are beefing. It has to do with Steph Curry's wife, Ayesha. Ayesha ended up being the subject of a TikTok video posted by a guy named Buddy Woods, or that's what he goes by on TikTok. And here is what he said about Ayesha, and then we'll tell you how Mike jumped into this and how Steph dropped the hammer.
Ayesha Curry is putting in maximum effort to let the world know that she is struggling with trying not to cheat on her husband, and because she can just smell an opportunity to embarrass this man, because she gets on every interview telling everybody about just how frustrated she is with his success, how frustrated she is that women desire him, how much she wished it was her being lusted after by people who don't give a about her. She wants to go be Glorilla or something. Like, we get it, bro. Just go drop an album or something. Like, stop embarrassing this man.
I thought he was kind of joking, but maybe he was serious.
I think it's an unfair rap, but my understanding, tell me I'm wrong, is that some people have been saying Ayesha is kind of in his wake, and that he's such a huge presence that she feels dwarfed by.
Right. Yeah.
And that's, again, I think it's
Yeah, a lot of
unfair.
people have accused her of being jealous, of being, wishing that she got the same adulation that her husband got.
And this is because of some comments she made when she was on the Call Her Daddy podcast.
Yeah, it's on the Call Her Daddy podcast. And there have been some other appearances too, where on the
She's
Call
like,
Her-
I didn't know that Steph was going to
Yeah,
become
she
a
said,
this.
he told me he wanted to be a high school basketball coach.
Right.
And now he's
She was going to be the one who was
Right.
like, you know.
She's like, I was the husband, you're the one out
Yeah,
there
but,
doing big
but
things.
who could be upset? Oh, God, I thought he was going to be a high school basketball
Right.
coach, but instead he's making $50 million a year.
Right.
Which is why that guy put that video together, right? That was his interpretation.
Exactly.
So here's how Killer Mike jumps into it. So he saw that TikTok and he commented on it, said, my blank said she wants to go be Glow. Man, Steph doesn't deserve the embarrassment. For real, for real. God bless him.
Okay.
But I thought he was talking about, the guy who posted it.
He is. He commented,
saying
Mike
that
commented
guy
under
said-
that guy's, the TikToker's post.
Mike's point was that
Yeah.
this whole narrative is embarrassing to
Right, but
embarrassing to
he's
Steph.
not co-signing
Oh,
on
I
the
know.
narrative.
I took it that he was co-signing.
Oh,
That's
you
the way
think-
I interpreted
That's a
it.
little possibly
Yeah.
co-signing. Obviously, Steph thought he was co-signing
Yeah.
because this is where it gets hot. Nah, not you, Mike. I'm cool staying silent and letting these other clowns have their moment. And you're the worst of them, Bookie Woods. But you're better than that, Killer Mike. Stay in your lane and let God keep blessing me like he is. We are good over here.
So that's what you call beef.
Well, from Steph
Because
Curry.
Steph is a respectful guy.
I mean,
He's being respectful of
that was Steph Curry at a 10.
Yeah, I've never
All
seen Steph this angry before.
No. I get Steph's anger, but Mike is not.
No, I think Mike was just kind of laughing at the video.
Right, I think so too.
He's not true.
Yeah, I don't think Mike could have ever imagined that Steph was going to get upset and comment back. I don't think that
Steph wasn't even looking at
Right,
this thing, right?
And even if Steph thought Mike was co-signing on what that guy said,
Yeah.
the response is so gentlemanly.
Right, it is so gentlemanly.
I
That's
mean,
just Steph Curry.
It's a gentlemanly meeting.
Yeah.
Over
Kyle Houston, I'm sure Killer Mike was not expecting Steph Curry to see that comment, let alone respond to it. So I know he was shocked. We typically don't see Steph Curry clapping back in the comments, but if he wants to stand 10 toes down for his wife, I'm all here for it.
I mean, do you think that was a clapback? Seriously? For Steph?
I guess.
Oh, that was a weak clap.
For Steph, and I think he's right. He's got to stand up for his wife. That's why he said it. So Britney Spears' ex-husband, Sam Asghari, is talking about the possibility of his own tell-all book.
He's joking.
Yeah, because this is, I think, kind of a jab at Kevin Federline. A further jab at Kevin Federline.
But by the way, these are all weak sauce jabs today.
Yeah.
The Curry,
not the
Curry.
strongest beef. But he's also hinting that maybe, possibly, there's another marriage in the works for him.
We're going to see you writing a book. You know a lot of stories you can tell. Are you doing it?
Yeah, I'm writing a tell nothing book for now.
A tell nothing book? Any chance we see a tell all?
Yeah, maybe when I'm 90.
Okay,
When I
not right now.
a good story to tell, when I have more experience in life, and I educate myself and have more experience as myself.
Brittany said that your marriage was a distraction. How do you respond to that?
I think it's a good thing to be distracting.
But were you, I mean, she says it was a distraction. Do you feel like your marriage was a distraction?
I think it's a compliment to be distracting.
All right.
But that working out is not for anything.
Yeah. By the way, he was with, is that his current girlfriend?
That's his current girlfriend, and the
photog also asked,
right. The
would you
photog
get?
are you going to get married? And Sam was a little bit vague, but kind
He
of.
said he's fine with the notion of getting married again. With the,
Also, what's he gonna say in this situation? Like,
No,
oh, I'm not gonna
it's
get
a
with her.
no-win.
It's an
Yeah,
easy.
it's a no-win.
an
has to
easy
say it there,
answer.
because he's there.
Like, no, I'm not gonna get it. It's interesting though. Every time we get them out, she never talks. It's almost like she takes his lead of like, you know, she's been with him for long enough. She could give her own opinion, but she
I
doesn't
gotta
talk.
say, I want to say something. That, we talk a lot about celebrities here from time to time. Everything I know about Sam Asghari, and I don't know him at all, but we've covered him a lot, and I know people who know him. He seems like such a good guy. He has never said bad things about Britney, and he went through it with her. And never said a bad thing. He didn't try to get a lot of money when he left. He literally got 2 months' rent in his truck, and that was it. Never said anything bad. Even when he's shading Kevin Federline, it's so soft. He's a good guy, and I've heard that from everybody in town.
The only time we ever saw him go really hard was when he clapped back at
with
Jamie. That was it.
And he was really angry at that, but that's Britney's father.
Right.
But he is a good guy, and I know people are saying, oh, he was sponging up her and this and that. He went through it, and I don't know. I just think I think he's a good guy. Okay, great.
Hey, Seattle. I don't think it came off as a dig. I think it was more of a praise because he recognizes that Kevin has raised Britney's kids for the last, however many years, and he's been keeping them away from the spotlight and just giving them a really normal life.
No, it was a dig at the fact that Kevin is writing a tell-all book. So that was his point.
Soft dig.
Yes.
Coming up.
Ed Sheeran was talking to the BBC about a gig that he actually could have played.
I was offered to go to space a while ago, and yeah, and it terrifies me.
Be right back.
Ed Sheeran is not ready to boldly go a damn place. If you're talking about space,
What is it where other men
to boldly go where no men have gone before.
like that?
Star Trek. Anyway, yes, Ed Sheeran was talking to the BBC about a gig that he actually could have played. It was offered to him.
This is really interesting. I knew nothing about it.
And you know what? You always say that you would love to go to space.
Yes.
And I previously thought I'd like to go to space. I don't know why. Something about the way Ed said this.
Oh my God.
I think I'm in.
Oh God.
Tell me.
I was offered to go to space a while ago, and yeah, and it terrifies me.
I'm fascinated that someone just probably emails you and goes, "Hi, do you want to go to space?"
No, it was talk about doing a gig there. It was
in space.
Yeah, doing a first gig in space. I'm sure lots of people got that email, but yeah, it terrifies me.
I think it might just be you.
No. They always say, "Oh, we're just emailing you." It's 5 other people.
Do you think it was a one-off offer, or it still stands?
Oh mate, I ain't doing it. I've got kids. Like I'm not gonna risk that for what? Like a Guinness World Record, something or other. I'm not gonna risk my kids not having a dad.
Well, I respect that. No, and it made me think. I think he's right. Well, people go to space. They do. They have for 60 years. Really, really high up there. So is that higher up you are, by the way, the more things can go wrong.
No,
The more things can go wrong.
As a matter of fact, it's the launch
It's the
and
re-entry the launch I'm fine with.
The launch is what you should worry about. The launch is all the fire and the fuel and everything else.
Yeah, but if that goes wrong, you probably don't know it. But you're coming back in on the re-entry is what I think.
There's a heat shield. There is a heat shield.
And that's never ever gone wrong.
I do not believe there has ever been a death.
Stop it. Yes, there has been.
From a heat shield.
Yes, there has been.
Which?
The Columbia. What are you talking about?
That wasn't a heat shield.
The heat tiles that
disintegrated
on re-entry.
It came down from the.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Broke up in the Anyway.
That's fair. But there have been so many.
Anyway, what I want to know is what songs would he have played?
And
Shape of You.
That's perfect. Do the acoustics change when there's no gravity?
I have no idea. Well, there's no sound in space.
Well, that's what we want to know.
I mean, he's not going to be floating in space.
Yeah.
I mean, he's going to be in a.
He wasn't going to space
spacewalk.
guitar. That's why people float in the capsule.
How do the roadies get up there? Like, that's the scariest thing. All people got to sound check and hook up his guitar and all the other instruments.
Oh, I wonder if it was a shuttle that he was asked to be in.
I have no idea. We don't know who asked him, but I would love to know.
No, because Ed Sheeran's career has been post-shuttle, right?
Yeah,
But then these he can do just
just one guitar.
He can just play guitar. Yeah, he can do that.
Right.
The guy performs to stadiums with one guitar, just by himself.
That's true. He just loop stuff. Right.
So the question is, who do you want to send into space to sing, thinking that might be it?
You know what?
To not bring back?
Why don't you go do my way? Why don't you just put Encore my way?
That's what everybody's voting for.
There you go.
It's Brittany in Oklahoma. As historic as it would be for him to go to space, he's like, for what? You know what I mean? He has a wife and kids. Why does he really need to do that? But also, I would love to go to space, but no one's asking me. Like, just to float around and sing and play the guitar, that'd be more stressful in a spacesuit, though.
You know what, though? You know what, though?
You can pay for it.
You kind of have a Taylor Swift vibe. So
Oh, thanks. Is it the hair?
you might be a contender.
Thanks. I'll take it as a compliment.
You should. There are times when true disclosure here, sometimes I don't know the story
And
that
that's
we're telling.
where I step in because I generally know all the information.
This one, he doesn't know crap either.
I don't know either.
So she does.
All right. Thank y'all for coming in, pushing that like button.
Where can you see huge
What's up, Rona?
No, not the planetarium, that's for
Nisha.
nerds. We need the
Push that
TNT
like button, come on
Celebrity
in.
Tour, where we've seen huge stars like Kevin Hart, Rihanna, Ben Affleck, The Rock, Mark Wahlberg, Lizzo, Lady Gaga, Ryan Seacrest, and Jamie Foxx.
You are not gonna see celebrities every time you get on that motherfucker. They gonna take you in front of some couple celebrity houses. This is who? This is Marilyn Monroe. This is such and such, such and such. And that's all you get for that TMZ ride tour bus in Hollywood. Boy, they sell the shit out you. Push that like button. I'm gonna go. Y'all put y'all votes in for me to get the late night show. And we're gonna talk about a whole bunch of other stuff. God bless y'all. Good night.